Praise be to Jesus. We give God praise. We thank Him for His mercies. I've been speaking on the subject of rest, and I spoke about Adam and how God created everything in 6 days. And then man was created on the 6th day, but man's life began on the 7th day, which is God's rest. Now, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 9 to 11. There remains therefore a rest for the people of God. For he who has entered his rest has himself also ceased from his works, as God did from his. As a believer, your life as a believer starts from rest. It is saying in verse 10 that for he who has entered his rest has himself also ceased from his works, as God did from his. Then in verse 11, let us therefore be diligent to enter that rest, lest anyone fall according to the same example of disobedience. Entering into God's rest takes effort. Let us be diligent. Work hard to enter into God's rest. The work you have to do to enter into God's rest is to believe. Even believing requires effort. Believing requires that you push hard to enter into his rest, meaning that you will also cease from all your works. In that, in as much as you must work, you work from a position of belief. If God has finished his work and you enter into that 7th day, you start from that to rest. Any other work you do, you are sure of your blessings, not because you work, but because he finished for you before you started working. So it is your work against God's work. You do your work in God's work. You do your work by knowing that God is going to bless your work. This is what we mean by working hard diligently to enter into God's rest. I am praying that just as God ceased from he who entered his rest has himself also ceased from his work, as God did from his. If you enter, you start with God. It means that everything that he worked for, you can enjoy. But if you cannot enter into God's rest, you push with your effort, but God's creation cannot function for you. Now you get blessed, prosper by the sweat of your brow. But if you enter into rest, as you work, God's work works for you in his rest. We are praying that with this mindset, as we work hard in life, we can also work hard to enter into God's rest. This is Pastor Edemado, and God bless you.